Now we'll see whose team really is better, Connor McDavid's or Auston Matthews. Because in an all-Canadian division, the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Edmonton Oilers will play each other many, many times. The whole who is the better player and who has the better team thing has been around for a long time now. Now we can put it to a real test over the coming season if and when the NHL launches 2021, with Canadian teams playing just each other 7, 8, 9, maybe even 10 times, all depending how long the season ends up being.
This will be fun. I think Edmonton should be playing Toronto 7 or 8 times because that's great for the league, it's great for the markets, and it's a fantastic rivalry that we don't get to cultivate enough because they only play each other twice a year and sometimes, 3 or 4 or 5 months apart. So I'm really looking forward to that. I mean, the building, again, I keep talking about the building, there's going to be nobody in it, but the cities get jacked up when Edmonton plays Toronto because these are two teams. They're kind of rebuilding again at the same time. And, our rebuild's going better than yours and our superstar is better than yours. And our way of doing things is better than yours. And it's a head-to-head showdown. And you can, it's one thing to talk all you want, but when you face off across the ice from each other 8 times a year, your answer is right there. You find out who's better.
Very flawed teams who, in a lot of cases, try to outscore you. That can work in the regular season. Will it work in the playoffs? I don't know. It certainly didn't work for the Oilers in the playoffs against Chicago. Chicago beat them in the first round, and Toronto didn't last very long either. So exciting. If you're watching them, there's a better chance the game's 5-4 than 2-1.
They are comparable to the Oilers, but in a sense that they still have a lot of holes to plug in that lineup in order to be successful.
Both the Oilers and the Leafs feature high-powered offenses. So in many ways, what could separate the two is how the rest of their teams perform. The depth forwards, defense, and goaltending. Other factors could be size and grit, and who's got more of it when the puck drops on the 2021 season.
When you look at the Leafs and the way they've been put together, they're all offense all the time, and then they're starting to realize that you can't win playoff series all offense all the time. You have to win with defense. You have to win with goaltending. Teams out west are generally bigger and heavier and stronger and will play a bit more of that gritty game. And if Toronto suddenly has to play teams like this 8 times a year, if they have to play Vancouver and Calgary and Winnipeg and those bigger, heavier teams 8 times a year, it'll be a little tougher than maybe what they have right now when there isn't that big, strong presence in the Eastern Conference or their division that they were before.
The underlying currents, the McDavid and Auston Matthews, or McDavid or Matthews and Draisaitl. But there's some great young talent there, very similar to the Oilers. They can look very good in the regular season, can't get much done in the playoffs. It didn't help running into Boston, a bunch of times in a row. Like, not a lot of teams are going to get past them. So I do like Toronto a lot. I think Anderson, he took some grief for his role in the playoffs, but I still think excellent goaltender. I wouldn't be searching for somebody else if I had him.
Whether the makeup of either team can go deep into playoffs, I guess this year we can say yes if there's a Canadian division, because the winner of the Canadian division will be in the Final Four, which is certainly better than we've seen in a long time. Is Toronto a Stanley Cup threat? I don't think so. Is Edmonton a Stanley Cup threat? I don't think so at this time. But I want to see more games against Toronto because the games are fun to watch.